days.
Yeah, that was like the major issue, which is like what severely reduced our outflow as well. So
yeah we had but so my company builds like massive well, like the size of an average living room. That's how big our machinery is.
right.
It's made from like steel. I think they're 4-inch thick steel side frames, and the company that makes them for us shut down.
Yeah,
And we're like,
help.
we've got nothing to bolt anything to. We literally can't do anything.
It's suppliers that like don't see themselves as like that necessarily, that are free to kind of close down, I guess, at the moment.
Yeah, they're not classed as an essential business, but
Yeah.
the people that they're supplying to are.
I think that was kind of our logic, because I know before I left, we did have like coming up in like the next month a contract with a company that was supplying them for the NHS for ventilators and stuff like that. So it's part of the reason why we're staying open. And I know a couple of companies similar to us did close, so they kind of had no choice basically other than to turn to us. So
Yeah, I mean, I know one of the machines that, because we don't know how much of that I'm actually allowed to. We had a machine that was going to a place for a thing,
right?
and basically due to all this, it kind of got put on hold, and then it's now being retrofitted to. It's really hard to explain without showing. Basically, it's the machine we're making takes giant rolls of things and cuts them down into smaller, usable things.
I'm just picturing a Swiss roll just being chopped
Basically,
up.
you know, like slices. Your like toilet roll, kitchen towel,
yeah,
anything like that.
It comes in big rolls, then
when they're yeah. But we've retrofit one of the machines to run the material that face masks are made out of.
Oh yeah.
So that's why my company is staying open.
Ah, okay.
Because we're retrofitting one of those to send. I think it's going to Spain. But basically, yeah. So we're retrofitting one of them to go to there. But that's why we had the issue of like, we need the side frame. Ah!
It's kind of crazy how many companies are like in the UK sending it abroad, and then we're ordering stuff from abroad. It doesn't make sense to me why we're doing it like that.
It's a really weird thing of like I mean, I know of places, but I'm not sure I'm supposed to say them, so I won't.
That's fine.
But there are places in the UK that do a lot of manufacturing, but as a country, the UK doesn't do much manufacturing anymore as opposed to other ones. Like, we do a lot, but compared to other countries, we don't do bugger all.
Which is part of the argument for Brexit and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just because it's just expensive labor. Like, here, you can't pay the wages that you can in other places, which means you have to make your materials cost more.
Yeah.
Which means then the end product costs more, which means then you get beaten out by other companies. So it's not a viable business.
That's why we hire Europeans and then tell them they can live in a caravan.
Pretty much.
See, I say that like very blasé chat, but like where I used to work and where I used to live, sorry, there was like literally farmers that had their big fields like full of whatevers and shit like that. But then one of the fields just had like 150 static caravans where people from Eastern Europe would live basically for 6 months at a time.
Yeah.
It was scary, really.
Well, there's a big...
Oh my god, Jack.
So there's a big thing where in my home county at the minute, because it's a big fruit picking place.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like all the farmers asking students and people out of work to come and do that because they can't get anybody in to do it, and these places are literally losing hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of crop because they can't get anybody in to pick it.
Scary.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Jack, don't yes Liam me. Expensive labour, that's when you give birth to a baby covered in gold leaf.
That's just called American labour, isn't it?
Gold leaf me alone. Am I right, guys? Guys?
So, I was reading you know, if you have a baby in America, if you hold your baby after giving birth to it, it costs you $250 for skin-to-skin contact.
Cool. I'd love to save myself some money. Do I want to see a video of a water birth? No, Jack, I don't want to see a video of a water birth. Why do you keep offering me this? I'm not interested. You're a disturbing young man.
On the things I'd like to see, I don't even think that makes a list.
Nope.
Not even the bottom of the list, just not the list.
This isn't one of those its that I'd love to see. I'd beat up the person charging me for holding the baby with the baby and choke them with the umbilical cord.
Don't go to America and have a kid then.
Yeah. Don't go to America, Jack. They don't do partners.
Another random thing.
Yeah?
I didn't realise how many countries actually have, like, a national health service.
I've never paid it much mind, if I'm honest.
There are literally, like, I think it's like 60-something countries that have a form of national health. And then everyone's like, oh, you know, it's only like England that have an NHS. Like, we're paying out for all of this. It's like, loads of places have it.
Angola has one. I don't know. It's just one of those little countries I thought about.
Be amazing if they did.
Man, can you imagine I just watched one random country?
But yeah, it's always like people like, oh yeah, we're getting too political. Anyway,
Angola might have one. We should find out, Jack. Find out for me. They do! Oh, let's go! I have a weird knack for just yelling random shit to things like that and getting it right. So,
while it is free public healthcare in Angola, is severely underfunded and understaffed.
oh wow, same as us.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, we have something in common.
Yay! High five, Angola. Oh, okay, now. Well, we've bitched about the NHS. What's next?
No. We haven't bitched about the NHS. We've bitched about the government running the NHS.
Ah, those bastards.
43 countries have universal free healthcare.
There was 60.
Yeah, well, yeah. Things went kind of downhill on that one.
Oof. Let's talk about the AHS, the Angolan Health Service. Is it not just the NHS? Is it actually the Angolan Health Service? Oh, bless them. They think they're special.
I mean,
they think they're people.
what is special about Angola?
No, it's a nice country name. I like it. Where do you live? Angola. You'd have to call your kid Angela from Angola, wouldn't you, really?
Oh, cool. So Angola is
Angola.
a very rich economy in diamonds, oil, gold, copper, and rich wildlife.
Wow, even the wildlife has money?
This is also going to sound really stupid, but I didn't think Angola was in Africa.
You're just going to see, like, a fucking zebra walking past in a top hat and a monocle. Yes, I'm part of the rich wildlife. Just a giraffe with 5 neckties. Oh my god. Yeah, Angola, I was honestly umming and ahhing whether that was South America or Africa.
I thought it was South America.
Yeah. Are we racist? Is that racist? I don't think it is. Just sounds like it's from one of those countries. Or areas, I guess. Oh, Shiv, I used to think Cambodia was an African country. It's in Asia. You can't tell me that Cambodia doesn't sound African. Again, that sounds more Southern American to me. I know it's Asia. I know where Cambodia is, but... Yeah, I always thought that was South America as well until I saw it as a place near Vietnam.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was like, wait, that's not Africa. I'm sure that's not Africa.
No, Jack was saying I used to think Cambodia was an African country.
Yeah.
It's in Asia. But there's a lot of names like that. You're kind of like, where is that? Where is Finland? It's on the opposite side of Fatland.
Because Cambodia is the place with a very not nice man, isn't it?
Yeah, but it also has that song by the Dead Kennedys called Holiday in Cambodia.
Yes.
As featured on
And
Guitar
it's a really
Hero.
lovely... It's a lovely place to go, apparently. Like, as long as you avoid certain areas.
Cambodia. Yeah, Guitar Hero 3. Yeah, Guitar Hero 3. You're welcome, chat. Useless facts with Jestertainment. I have loads.
Oh, yes, just under Lao.
Was it over high?
Ah, the learning day today.
Every day's a school day, buddy. I feel like I've not had a good day unless I've learned something. And usually it's something that I think I know, but somebody's corrected me and I feel like a dum-dum.
Still, it's very good quality to be able to accept you're wrong and learn something new.
I feel like I've been doing
Not enough people do that.
I've been doing that a lot more this year. Like, it's taken me.
Yeah, I used to
several
be
years.
bad for it.
Whenever it annoys me a little bit because, like, whenever I go, "Huh, I didn't know that," I always feel like someone's ready to go, "What an idiot! He didn't even know that. He thought it was this." I'm like, dude, I just learned something.
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I'd rather like admit that I'm wrong about something if someone's prepared to go, or not even follow up, just like not even say anything about it. I've had enough people go, "Oh, you didn't even know that, you idiot," to like not ever want to admit that I'm wrong. Like,
I remember when I was younger, I can't remember what it was about. There was something I was arguing with somebody about. Realized halfway through the conversation that I was actually wrong, and then doubled down and carried on arguing something I knew I was wrong about because I didn't want to admit I was wrong.
Because of the song Knight's Tale, I used to be convinced that the song Boys Are Back in Town was written in the medieval times. And I would not let anybody tell me any different.
Oh, that was a good film.
It was a good film.
It's Heath Ledger?
It was.
Yeah, banging film.
Yeah. Paul Heath. It's really... I don't want to really go too far down this road of conversation, but I feel like nobody really cared about Heath Ledger as an actor until he died.
Welcome to art.
Well, you think about it now. You mentioned Orlando Bloom. You're like, yo, Orlando Bloom. Tom Cruise, yo, Tom Cruise. You mentioned Heath Ledger.
It's like Tom Cruise anymore.
Oh, not anymore, but like, he's one of those names that you know. Brad Pitt, you know him. So that Heath Ledger, you go, who?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always felt a bit weird on that front to me. He wasn't a big actor, but he had like one, like well, that's maybe disingenuous. He had one role the mainstream knew about. And because
he had one AAA film title, I guess.
Like if you said, "Oh, I need somebody to act," I need blah blah blah. You go, "Oh, you mentioned all these different names," but then Heath Ledger would be like way down the list.
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of people after they pass away. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I don't like it as a concept. It was just like a topic of conversation I could bring up.
So I did see, strangely enough, today actually, regarding that exact film. It was on saying how like Heath Ledger was like, oh no, Batman.
Oh.
It was like Heath Ledger, yeah, he was an amazing actor and all that slot. And I don't mean to take away from that, but I don't think enough people appreciate how good Liam Neeson was as playing Ra's al Ghul, whatever it is.
That was in Batman Begins, wasn't it?
It was in the same one Heath Ledger was in.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, he
not.
was actually really good in that film.
It's Batman Begins. Ra's al Ghul is Batman Begins, and the Joker is Dark Knight.
Oh.
But he was really good in Batman Begins.
Yeah.
His performance was really good in that. I'm totally with you on that. Yeah, it was Batman. Okay. This could be one of those conversations where do I have to admit I'm wrong?
I'm not wrong.
No, I saw Batman Begins recently. It's the only reason I remember that. But no, he was really good
in the Powerpuff Girls, goddammit.
Liam Neeson's very good as an actor. I enjoy him.
I do like Liam Neeson.
He was screwed in episode 1 of Star Wars.
I have 513 logs, by the way.
Well, we're halfway there.
Do you want to keep going, or do you want me to give you these now?
If you've got something else you want to go do, then...
No. It's just I don't want us to stay here for ages and then find out we're like 500 over what we need.
Oh, we're nowhere near.
Alright, okay, I'll carry on then.
What was I going to say? Yeah, but episode 1, watching Star Wars again, or watching through Star Wars, Liam Neeson got screwed. He was such a good actor in that movie. And
yeah.
Qui-Gon dies, and it makes me sad. I still shed a little tear when he died. He's one of my favourite characters in Star Wars. And I was like,
yeah, he was pretty cool.
He's gone. I like him. But it's quite funny, because it wasn't until like most of the way through the movie, I went, hey, Chelsea, do you recognise that actor? She went, what? He goes, yeah, do you recognise him? No. And I went for like all the things he's played at. I just went, oh, that's him. I could do that with any movie, in any character, and any actor. She will never recognise people from person to person, unless they look exactly the same.
I mean, to be fair, when you go Christian Bale, like the sort of thing of him about
Batman,
like all his various roles, and over his acting career, he has gained and lost 613 pounds.
Oh, I've heard about his yo-yo, like weight.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Fuck that, dude. He's basically lost the weight equivalent of like 3.5 average sized people.
Yeah. It's like, because you got like the pianist. Is it the pianist? No, the machinist, sorry.
Pianist.
Where he's like a insomniac, I think schizophrenic anorexic.
There's a few different issues
And like,
there.
he looks like Skeletor.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible, because apparently his diet for, I think it was like 3 months, was like, he had to take supplements because his doctors made him. But the only thing he consumed apart from that was 1 black coffee in the morning and 1 apple for lunch for 3 months to get down to that weight.
I have like Monster Energy and a banana. Am I anywhere near that? Or?
Well,
There was a teacher at my school who was Liam Neeson's roommate in uni, and I think that's pretty awesome.
that's pretty bitchin'.
Yeah, it's a claim to fame.
I had one of my old teacher's girlfriend's sister was involved with Jimi Hendrix for a while.
Involved?
Dating or like side bay or something.
I got a bird tag. Don't really
Cool.
know where that belongs in the conversation, but I've got one.
Oh, you mean the nest?
Yeah, got a bird's egg and a raven egg.
Yeah, the nest you used for herb law.
Yeah, I ground it up and chucked it in the bank. Right, willow logs, where are we at? We're at 562.
Yeah, I've got about the same now.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the lowest bows I can make, and that's going to be the quickest, so... Did your school ever have someone who went to it get famous? Because we had, like, 3. Not as far as I know. But I don't care about famous people.
There's our biology teacher was a PhD, well, he was a doctor, and he got something released in a really big medical journal about like a cell in the human eyeball, and it helped sort out future treatments for cataracts.
Ooh.
Don't know if that counts.
One of the people I went to school with in the same year as me is the same town's Tory councillor.
Well, that's not someone to brag about.
No, she's a cunt, but you know, somewhat famous in her circle, I guess.
I mean, Ed Sheeran went to a school a few towns away from me.
You could have spot him, you wouldn't even realise.
I mean, I did smoke a joint with him once.
Were you in the class A team?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh.
Although it was before he was famous.
I don't mind Ed Sheeran.
I like him.
He does have those very cheesy radio songs, but the stuff that like is on albums that nobody ever listens to are pretty good.
Oh, mate, really for my hipster. I've got an album you guys never even heard of, bro.
There we go.
So good.
My school people got known, but not for good reasons. Are you okay to tell us what they are, or? We had
Yannick.
Yannick Gers from Iron Maiden.
That's a pretty cool thing.
I suppose on that vein, Ozzy Osbourne was born not too far away from where I was born. It's not school related, but where I used to live was, or where I was born, was a town called Newport in Shropshire, and he was born in Eccleshall. And then he moved to Birmingham.
Birmingham.
That's Scouse, mate.
Shut up.
I'm from Birmingham. Want a cup of tea? Oh, Birmingham's a great accent. You've got to sound like you're depressed. What's over there? Oh no, is that fallen over? That sucks, that does. Anyway, we'll go get a cup of tea. Birmingham's very easy. You've got to sound sad and depressed. And then Dudley, which has the exact same accent, but just happier, is just up the road. It's great. Stop telling me about fish flingers. I mute him.
I wonder.
Do you?
I wonder if there's anybody famous who came from where I used to live in Saudi.
Basically, if you know what's been happening in Rotherham in recent years, and that's all I'll say. No, I don't. So I will allow us to leave it there. I'm going to assume it's something terrible. Music has stopped. This makes me nervous. It's like it heard me talking shit. That was so bizarre. Chat, by the way, how does the game look on stream at the moment? Because I know I was having a bit of issues with, like, it being a bit framey.
Looks alright to me.
Good. So I think OBS actually shows it being a bit more framier than it actually is. Because I look on my phone, it's, like, fine most of the time. I suppose if you can see this animation being smooth, then I think we're okay.
I have noticed if you're not clicked on the window, things lag out a bit.
Yeah, it drops to 15 frames.
Yeah.
I could fix that, but I haven't.
So no, nothing interesting from where I used to live, apparently.
Oh.
Although it's very highly rated on TripAdvisor.
That's something.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Are you going to play so I can actually watch the stream? It does like just pause it on my phone, I've noticed. It's a very recent development. Yeah, that's looking okay. Nothing really interesting from Hartlepool other than Yannick. Hartlepool? Yeah, I don't think there's anything to... I know there's a comedian called Dave Gorman who came from Stafford. We had, when I lived in Rugeley, not while I was there, but I know they had a doctor, Dr. Palmer, who was famous for murdering people. I think Cannock Chase has been home to all kinds of weird shit. This is all where I used to live. Where I am now, Telford, I don't think there's too much going on. I did notice there's a lot of, like, smaller streamers that are from around here. Not, like, my level of small, but, like, maybe, like, 2 or 3 stages up. A lot of people are from, like, Telford and Stafford, I've noticed. It's very weird. I know, there's a YouTuber some of you might know called Jack Frags. He lives around, he lives around Stafford.
I've been watching videos of him recently, actually playing Warzone.
Weird.
He's one of the guys I've been learning about.
Yeah, he's from Stafford. Never met him or anything like that, but yeah, I know he's quite a decent sized one. He's much bigger than me, but he's not like huge. He's in that weird zone.
He's with Stone Mountain 64 as well, isn't he? Same kind of like hype as him.
I've heard the name. Well, I say I've heard the name. I've seen the name in context of him trying to teach a streaming school or some shit.
You've probably also seen videos of him playing like Battlefield and stuff. He always goes in and he acts like an actual army person. He'll drop into a squad and it's like, right squad, we're dropping on LZ-245. Expect you to watch my back. And like proper like militaries all the way through the videos.
Oh, that's like us when we say eyes on.
Yeah, but like he proper goes ham doing it. He's got people like laughing their asses off while playing these games with him. It's really funny.
There was a girl in my year who got to the final of X Factor, and she was an absolute female dog. Was she dressed up as a person? What's going on? I fooled you all. I was a Dalmatian the entire time. Ruff, ruff. Oh, she was a bitch. I'm allowed to say bitch. I don't know how many times I'm allowed to say bitch, but I'm allowed to say bitch. Bitch.
So the first thing that comes up when you type the place I used to live in Saudi Arabia and then go to Google Images,
yeah,
is a bunch of MLRS sitting on a mountaintop.
MLRS.
Multiple launching rocket system.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of like rockets on a mountain. Don't remember them, but
pretty cool to be fair.
I mean, it was a pretty nice place. Just a shame about the people.
Yeah, I know Telford's had like a lot of celebrities visit it because of like Comic-Con and stuff like that. But that's all I've got for you. I've got nothing interesting. This is the thing. I don't find out about stuff.
Something relatively famous, or not famous, infamous.
Ooh.
The job before the one I'm currently doing wasn't at the same time, but a guy who used to work there was very infamous in the news for I don't know how to put this well for a stream. He disagreed with the lifestyle choices and put them to a permanent stop of prostitutes.
Oh.
It was very big in the news, like
Wasn't
10 years ago.
that a lorry driver?
Yep.
That's where the
He was a lorry
murdering
driver.
prostitutes joke comes from. Well, not joke, but reference.
Yeah, he was a lorry driver, and he also worked at the foundry I used to work at.
Nice. Was there something in the water there? Are you okay?
I mean, there were quite a few wrong ones there, but
It's one
not
of
that
those,
wrong un. Not that wrong un.
One of those kind of jobs. No, yeah, that's a reference that a lot of people make. Of course, yeah, I don't want to say where you live, but I'm just thinking, like, now, the name of the place, yeah, that all makes sense now, it all links up. I Google Saudi Arabia and I see cities. Why the fuck did I think it... Sorry, why the flip did I think it was all just desert? Because you're racist?
90% of it is desert. Where I used to live...
It's like Canada, like 10% of it's like really nice built-up cities and the rest of it is snow.
That's where I used to live.
Need to.
I've been trying to find the compound I lived on, but I can't seem to find it.
It's scary that you reference your old living place as a compound.
It was a military compound. We had armed gate guards, and I think there were 11-foot high concrete reinforced walls.
That's so cool and scary at the same time.
Yeah, we also had an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a bar, a squash court, a gym, and a sick playground.
That's just ridiculous. Canada is 5 hockey rinks surrounded by bears. I love the fact I've got like 5 people I can call on to confirm that. Oh, brilliant. Poor Canada. I love Canada. It's one of the few places I'd like to move to. It's America, but not as terrible. Trump has no power in Canada. It sounds quite nice. But then you're nearby, and it's like, what if he wants to build a wall and make me pay for it?
Oh, what was...
A weird joke Murdo and I had ages ago was that Hartlepool was all bears on unicycles. I still don't understand that reference. One day, we're going to play Quiplash again. You're going to make that joke, or Murdo is. And only you will vote for it, or Murdo will. And it'll ruin a Quiplash, and I'll be very upset about it. That's all you've done. That's all you've set up. A ruining of a Quiplash. Really want to play Quiplash now. Of all the Jackbox games that I've ever played, that is still the only one that I'm like, you know what? I could go for an hour or so with that. I was talking to Becky about it yesterday, actually. And she's like, oh, yeah, because I don't turn up to the stream so much anymore, blah, 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 because you don't really play much of the Wayne Jackbox, stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, I've played over 700 hours of those games on stream now. And not everybody's there for every single hour, but I am. And 700 hours of any kind of game is, like, way more than enough. It's kind of, and the problem is as well with Quiplash, or well, Jackbox games, so I have to be on. I'm having to be a game show host, so I'm just kind of there going, oh, melting in pain every time. Do your towns have areas within the town? For example, in Hartlepool, there are sections called the Fens, the Manor, Seaton, Hartley. Yeah, Telford's made up of like loads of places. So
yeah, I have that here as well.
Yeah, you've got Telford Town Centre, but then you've got the Greater Telford and Wrekin area, which is like, there's Ketley, there's Madeley, there's Ranley, there's Hierarchal, there's The Rock. There's actually a place called The Rock. Yeah, there's loads. And I didn't say mine there, by the way, chat. You'll never find me. Which was the one he didn't say. That's where he lives. But yeah.
Accidental docs.
Yeah. Used to live in one called Woodside. And then you got like 3 major industrial estates, which are Horton Wood, Halesfield, and Stafford Park. And I told the story about Stafford Park before. I used to see it when I was younger because we used to go to Telford all the time from Newport with my dad. And I used to always ask, why were we so close to Stafford? We went the opposite way. Just because it said Stafford Park. I'm very easily, like, confused. Especially when I was younger. Maybe even more so now, I don't know. But Stafford had the same as well. There was a place called Moss Pit in Stafford. And I always used to read it as Mosh Pit. And I got very excited about potentially living there once. I didn't. I never got to, but... Yeah, the only way we get to work is by moshing! And everyone's like headbanging away and smashing into each other. But everyone's okay with it because it's heavy metal. What a great world. The world would be so much better if everyone listened to metal. Anyway. But yeah, I think most places have stuff like that. Unless you live in like a little remote village, then I think most places are broken up by like districts to some degree. I lived in the same area of my town, but we probably moved to a nicer part this year. Oh, we're probably... Yeah, we've got that here, where we are right now is like old council estates and stuff. But literally, like, from here as I'm sitting, just over there, like less than 500 meters away, is like super nice houses. And I'm like... I always say to Chels, yo, we know we've made it if we move across the street. We can buy a house across the street. We've made it. It's so ridiculous. Why is it better? It's only 500 meters away. It's just nicer. It's got its own garden. It's detached. There's only old people as neighbours and not bastard children. There's now one 5-year-old who's watching the stream going, I'm a child. Yo, level 59.
Yo, boy.
We are getting there. Remember, less than a month ago, Shiv, you were mocking me, going, are you ever going to get that dragon axe? Well, boy, howdy, I'm still not going to, but I can hold it. We have fun here. Hey, Shiv, Smoldering or Supernova?
I think Supernova give more experience.
Yeah, they do. I've also had better luck with the Supernova ones as well. I had like 2 reds and 2 oranges in a row.
Nice.
Small Supreme Starts. Oh, there's one that was fucking woodcutting specifically. I've no idea if the specific ones give more experience or not.
So I found the compound I used to go to school on, but I can't find the compound that I used to live in. Which is sad.
Oh, so sad. So sad. It's a sad, sad situation. Children in my town ride around on bikes and smoke cigarettes. It sounds like Stafford. I don't really notice it around Telford, but I tend to avoid people. Generally, the most interaction I have with people around here is going to the shops. And the majority of the time I can smell weed. I smell weed and I see cats. That's pretty much how it goes around here. It's not even good weed either. Not that there is any good weed. Drugs are bad, kids. I had a bad experience when I was 11 with a child on a bike. Okay, this story could go in several directions, so before YouTube starts assuming what that is, please inform. Okay, you need to stop the fanfare when you're just giving me common items. Great, it's shit. Give me something good. That's still not good, game! Magic notepaper. Nobody? Okay. It's still a common. Why are you just giving me commons? Shiv, why does this game hate me?
I don't know. I'm sure you deserve it.
Probably. I do suck.
You get proper like nostalgia flashbacks.
What are you doing? You've been quiet for ages.
I found the old compound I used to go to school at in Saudi.
Okay.
There you go. That explains the security measures that are on the compound I went to school in.
It's got its own fucking website.
Yep.
Western only residents. Hell yeah, brother. Dude, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Yo, tell me more about the mini market.
I was literally like a big corner shop.
Fully equipped free gyms with M14 rifles.
Oh no, that was the gate guards.
Oh. Oh, a common TV room. You don't get any of that rare TV.
Nah. Common TV room means cinema.
Oh, does it really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What? Hang on, it's a Grotful tweet. Grotful doesn't tweet often. Why would I want my keyboard to change colour when someone I'm watching gets a follow? I just don't get it. It's RGB gone mad.
What?
I get it. So every time someone follows a channel that Grotful is following or watching, it would change the color of his keyboard. So
That's a really weird thing to have.
So I just said, don't worry, mate. If you set it for my channel, it'll never change color. We have fun here. Chat's like, yo, you bully everybody, but chat, I bully myself more than anybody.
True. Can confirm.
It's a market that sells one single item. And it's
pretty much cigarettes.
And it's enough of your vitamin C for every day. Oh shit, I missed a star. So sad. I'll probably put it into fletching, actually, because I'm going to be doing that in a minute. Not felching, chat. They made disgusting. I'll be honest, because I have to do over 2,000, I may purchase the bowstrings. I'll just see what the money's like. 'Cause I remember that being one of the things I used to sell before I moved up to units. Back in old RuneScape.
I have noticed they don't mention the bar they had here.
Maybe they got rid of it.
They're probably just not allowed to mention it because it's in a dry state.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there was totally a bar. People would come out of their shit-faced like all the time.
Oh, sorry, Jack, I missed your story. It's not traumatizing. A kid on a bike kicked my Sainsbury's bags out of my hand and flung my Ben & Jerry's at a wall. I didn't go out for weeks. I watched an episode of Always Sunny yesterday where the basic story roundup was like 2 of the characters got BMXs because it reminded them of their youth and their bikes got stolen. The new BMX, well, one of the new BMXs got stolen by a kid in his little gang. And the kid's dad was like the bully that stole their bikes originally. So they walk off all wandering off and stuff like that and all sad. And he goes, you know what, we should do what we should have done a long time ago. And obviously setting it up for like them going to confront the bully. Instead they went up to the kid biker gang, which is like no older than 10, and just started beating the fuck out of the kids. And I was like, that's exactly what I want to do every day. Yep. And the end of the episode, just them running away, getting picked up by their mate and going, oh, the police, the parents, they're all after us. I think that kid died. The guy just goes, don't worry about it. Everyone's fine. Just get in the car. It's like, what the hell's going on here? I've never seen the show, but that's the best show I've ever heard of. Dude, Always Sunny in Philly, if you've got Netflix, it's absolutely worth a watch. The amount of times I watch an episode, don't make a single noise in reaction to anything, and at the end of the episode go, what the fuck, and just start laughing. It's so good. Awful, but so good. But a weird story to do with that, actually. So when we used to allow, like, non-Twitch names, or non-Twitch accounts for Jackbox games, obviously people have their own names and stuff like that. One of the guys I used to talk to, one of the American guys, Jack, you might remember him, Gamer Legend. He used to go Dayman, and he goes, "Did you get the reference?" And I was like, "We start me and I think me and Becky were on the call at the same time as well, and we both started making reference to something completely different." And he never corrected us. Obviously, I watched this video like 5 years later, and I'm like, I get that reference now. I'm like Captain America in the first Avengers movie. I understood that reference. I just want to see that episode. I think it was yesterday's episode, so I'll find it for you. Oh, it's called The Gang Gets New Wheels. It's season 13. It's gonna be a weird episode for you, I think, because you won't understand the context of why they get new wheels, I don't think. Oh, you found the clip? Alright, never mind. But yeah, the whole episode's brilliant. It's so good.
Is DeVito still in it?
Oh, yeah. Nice. They obviously don't show it, but his dick's out in the last episode I watched. And he's on the phone call and he goes, oh, my dong fell out. It's just the way the scene ends, and I'm like, God damn it. Oh, DeVito's brilliant on this. I see adults beating up children on bikes. I'm not saying I condone, but I get it. No, I do too. Especially when the little shits are kicking up the pavement next to my car. Oh, God, I got so angry about that.
Kicking up the pavement?
Yeah, I don't know what had happened exactly, but, like, you know, when they don't do, like, it's a bit of a shit tarmac job rather than, like, a proper...
Oh, it's not like breaking up.
Yeah. They were kicking it up and, like, picking it up and stuff like that right by my car, and I was like, I kind of want to say something, but, like, if I do, are they going to then target my car? Because to be fair to them, they weren't really targeting the car. They were just, like, kicking it up, basically, away from the car.
Yeah.
To be fair, these kids seem very conscious about, like, not hitting people's cars and stuff like that, because there's cars all over the streets, kind of thing. But yeah, they were just doing it. And it was like, I'm the adult in this situation.
Fucking hit my car.
Yeah, I'm an adult. I need to. Because I've already had one situation where they were like on the one side. Because of how our front lawn is, it's a bit weird. It gets divided by a garage. We've got like two sides, and the one side is like got stones on it. And I saw this kid run across it, and then grabbing some stones to throw at his mate. And I just yelled from the kitchen, "Oi! Can you get away from my get away from my garden, please?" He couldn't figure out where I was because behind net curtain in the kitchen. He was like, "Oh, sorry," and ran off. I was like, "Yes, I'm a powerful adult."
Fear me.
Just a big booming voice from nowhere. But yeah, for the most part, I do bitch about the kids, but mostly they're just noisy.
Yeah.
Kids are kids. I don't really give that much of a shit. Oh, big stretch. Bloody hell.
Go get that win now.
Oh, yes, nearly happy hour. I did half consider that, actually, like splitting the stream in half.
I mean, it is nearly happy hour.
To be honest, I think about that a lot, like, because it's 4 hours of the same game. Most of the time, I'm like, I should probably think about maybe splitting it up. But Warzone goes that quickly that I don't really need to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do wonder if the stream would benefit from being maybe, I don't know, changing the hours around somehow and then playing 2 games every stream rather than 1. I don't know. Chat, I've never really asked you, do you get bored of seeing the same game? It's not necessarily RuneScape, because, you know, it's not exactly the most visually pleasing game. But, like, 4 hours of 2 point, is that a bit too much?
I haven't caught any of the 2 point streams recently, to be fair.
Hey?
I haven't caught any of your 2 point recently, I don't think.
I did one on Monday. And I'm doing one on Sunday. To be fair, I was getting a bit annoyed with 2 point last time I streamed it.
Yeah, I'm starting to get to that, like, getting a bit dry.
It's not so much that, it's another horde mode hospital, and it's like one that's just annoying enough where I'm like, I kind of don't want to play this. But because I've been 3-starring every single hospital so far, I'm like, I kind of want to keep up with it just to get it done. I don't know, it's a bit of I said at the end of last stream, what I might do is like move on to the last hospital for that DLC pack, get that done, and then maybe revisit that one at some point, just to get stuff moving again. Because at the moment, I've just been there for ages. Like, this is the longest I've been on a hospital. It's like
might help to move on, then you'll come back to it and be like, "Oh, I know what I'm doing." Yeah,
it's not even that. It's like, it's not like get a specific cure rate or anything like that. It's like hit these 3 objectives. Well, now it is. Now I'm getting towards 3-star. Before you cure all these people, and like the one that I had, and Gibbo loved this one, was like go 90 days without a death. And it's like, oh no, it was 180, wasn't it? It was something. No, it's something quite high like that. And if you're lucky, it starts counting as soon as the wave starts. So it's like, yo, no one's even getting cured anyway at the moment. So the chances of anyone dying are super stupid low.
Nice.
I think twice. Once I was within 10 days of finishing that, and it was really high, and then I couldn't get anywhere near it. The second time, I was 2 days away from getting the gold one. And I don't think I've ever been more pissed off with that game. So I think I got past that stage last time, but yeah, it's shit like that. It's like, it's such random chance that if it goes wrong, it's very unlikely to be able to be rectified within that wave.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how I feel on Sunday, I guess. I did think I was doing 2 point today, actually, but turns out no. RuneScape.
I did think that tomorrow you were doing a full day of Warzone.
Technically.
I was like, oh man, it's a full day. Damn, this is going to be good. Oh wait, no, we have 1 till 5.
No, I did say Friday evenings I'm going to give to myself again, I think, at this stage.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to Friday, and I'm like, afternoon I can cope with. The evening I'm kind of like, my batteries are low. And then it gives me like a full, like, over 24 hours to completely recharge, and then I'm back Sunday afternoon. Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah, Sunday afternoon, 2 point, and then, right, I'll tell you guys now what I'm planning on doing, because you guys won't tell anybody. Sunday, depending on how long it goes, and at the moment it's like it might go for a while, I've got like a very long, it's basically gonna be a video being played, but I'll be in the corner chatting shit with you guys over it. That will then be going out on YouTube as like individual episodes over the course of the following week. So if you miss any segments or anything like that, or I don't know, you see the first half an hour you need to go or something, it'll be like easily digestible on YouTube as well. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm trying to spread the content a bit. The content out a bit, just so people don't miss out on it, because there's a lot of work going into this. There was one time I nearly attacked 2 kids with a milk bottle. It was after my granddad went to hospital after a stroke, and they made fun of me for being gay. Let's not lie, it's very obvious. But I had a 6-pint milk bottle in my hand, and I was so pissed off I was about to go to jail for these twats. Yeah, it's... I generally don't condone violence, but just the right set of circumstances can really, really mess with you to the point where you think it's a good idea. I don't so much get the punch people in the mouth side of things, but if I'm like, imagine I'm here just not streaming, but I'm tired, I'm getting stressed out by things, I start pushing and punching things just out of the way, off the desk and stuff like that, just because it's the only way to like release some tension, basically. So yeah, I can understand the reaction a little bit, but I wouldn't advise
The older I
it.
get, the more I'm starting to condone violence. No, like in a funny and in a serious way as well. Like there's I saw it on Reddit. There's a video of these. It's a whole bunch of Karens, and they go into a park that's been shut down in America.
Shiv, you can't use the word Karen anymore.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want. I'm an adult.
No, mate, it's exactly
It's not
the same.
sexist. I don't care.
No, it's exactly the same as using the N-word, mate.
Totally.
Do you see that article?
Yep. It made me laugh literally out loud when I read that.
I nearly drunk some milk just so I could laugh snort it out of my nose.
But yeah, they all went to this park, and this copper comes over. He's like, "You can't be here. Social distancing, blah 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 blah." And like they just keep pushing him and pushing him and pushing him, and then he's like, "Look, you need to go, or I'm going to arrest you." It's like public health issue now, because like everyone's crowding around seeing what's happening. He's like, "Oh, you're arresting me, or are you detaining me?" Like obviously trying to bait him into something, because it's all being recorded by like these 30 Karens.
Yeah.
And so eventually he ends up arresting her. But the whole time it's just like, "Look, can you please go? All right, I'm gonna have to arrest you now." Like proper chill the whole time. And it's like, "Fucking punch him! Punch him!" Like people like that.
Flock of Karens.
Punch him in the face hard enough times, they're not gonna do it again. I guarantee you.
No, I still am very questionable about whether smacking kids should be illegal, because I think about how I was brought up, and I know I was smacked several times as a child. I wouldn't even think about doing some of the shit that I see and hear about kids doing these days.
Oh God, no!
Like, I think about news stories and stuff like that in my local town. I've heard of while I've been living here, 3 different times, kids, like 14, 15-year-olds, have been, like, involved in stabbings in the middle of, like, the town park and stuff like that. That would never have happened when I was younger.
No.
The worst I ever heard about was kids fighting each other after school across the road at the pub. That was it.
Yeah.
Kids fighting each other, punching each other in the mouth. That's how kids should be. Not stabbing each other.
Like, like where I am, there's like I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a stereotypical council house project to like the left of my house.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm like right on the edge of it, and like the amount of times you'll hear like 10-year-old kids screaming some hardcore obscenities at parents,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And it's like, I wouldn't even tell my parents no, because they'd beat the living shit out of me if I did.
Yep.
And like, you're coming out with that? My God.
Are we officially boomers?
I think we are.
Fuck. I knew it happened.
But I think, like, a hearty, you're going to remember this, like, clip on the arse.
Yep.
I think you should be allowed. I mean, I wasn't abused as a kid, but, like, my dad might have taken it a bit far a couple of times. But that kind of reinforced the fact of, I'm not going to fucking do that again.
Yep.
Because that really sucks.
I've taken more than a few slippers from my mom.
It was only ever hands with my parents. Like, I never got hit with a thing.
No, my mom wasn't powerful enough to do enough damage with a hand.
Needed a weapon
Too
to get that
strong!
leg in.
I was a hench 7-year-old. The only pain I'd feel was from footwear. Luckily, she didn't wear stilettos. This is gonna sound weird. I regret not fighting at least one person at school. Same. I stood in front of my friend to stop him getting punched. The guy just punched me, and then hit my friend. If that happened now, I swear I'd kick him in the balls and rip his hair out. Dude, I think about how I'd be now. If I went back to school with the knowledge I have, one, I'd still cry if anyone punched me. But two, I'd at least know how to fight back. I was one of the people that constantly got bullied by the group of chavs at the school. So I absolutely despised high school. It was horrible.
I used to get into a lot of fights as well. I fought back in a couple of them. There was one really good one. It still comes in shivers down my spine when I remember it. It was awesome. It was break time. Everyone in lunch hall and your cliques.
Yeah.
And this group of chavs was lobbing stuff at us the whole break period.
Yep.
And as we were walking out, so you came out of lunch hall and then there's a corridor going down. They had a little admin office just off that. And as we were walking down there, one of these chavs just slapped me across the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
And I was already raging at this point. And it was just the instant see red.
Yep.
And, literally just turned around, lifted him off grabbed his arms, lifted him up, sprinted at a wall and threw him into it.
Nice.
On top of him, I punched him in the face.
See, I was always the opposite of that, where I don't want to say I intimidated people, but when people, I never got too much into punches and stuff like that. It was always people having to go at me and trying to square off.
Yeah.
I was very good at just standing there silent and just looking at them, and that would eventually lead to them going, "Oh yeah, you're scared," and then them walking off, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm scared in this situation. I mean, to be fair, I'm terrified. Please don't punch me. But you're the one walking away.
Yeah. Not giving him the satisfaction.
No. But then the other thing that happened, maybe year 10, I guess, because we were all starting to do PE and everyone was realizing they had balls. The weird thing that kept happening was the definitely straight guys kept trying to get other guys in headlocks when they were getting changed and stuff like that. And people quickly realized they couldn't take me down in a headlock. I've got weirdly strong neck and shoulder muscles, even though half the time they hurt. They couldn't drag me down. And people would literally run and jump to try and take me down. And nobody ever could. There was 2 people once trying to bring me down, and I was just able to hold them in place basically.
I think they just fancied you.
I think so too. But after a few times that happened, the chavs stopped bothering me so much. And
yeah,
I did hear about a rumor being spread around, apparently, that the people that are the quiet people are the ones you should be most worried about. I don't know if that was anything to do with me, but
yeah. It was kind of in my circumstance. I never really did much, and then when I beat the crap out of that guy, I didn't really get much trouble after that.
Yeah.
So I was this fat guy who just kept to himself, was really quiet and meek, and then absolutely wrecked this guy. And they're like, "Oh, okay, let's stay away from him."
I think people just gave up trying to bother me.
So we could probably have him, but it's going to be a lot of effort, boys.
Yeah, we need at least 3 of us, and one of us has to get home in time tonight. Your mum's just hitting you with her hand, and you're just saying, "Come on, love, you can do better than that. Go have a coffee and try again at about 15. Hello, boss Scott. How are you, buddy? I was weird in school. I used to hiss at people, cat-like hissing. Okay, so I don't hiss, because I'm not a girl, but I do growl at people. And I think I've told this story on stream before. I don't realize how loud I do it, because I will be behind someone in a supermarket queue before coronavirus. And if they were taking too long going down an aisle or something, I just go, and Chelsea would just look at me and go, don't growl at them. I used to do it on the bus as well. I just growl at people. I'm just an aggressive dog.
That's weird.
Yeah. I might be part
I
wolf.
appreciate it, but that's weird.
Is that, or it's just... That's the other one. Level 60, boys! Let's tell Murdo. Hang on, screenshot that. We got it right. Send that to Murdo.
Oh, I just missed getting 71.
Oh, Murdo's gonna be so excited for me. Do you reckon he'll even like the tweet?
You might. Or you might just reply with that seagull photo.
Oh, good.
Whatever it is.
If he replies with a good job, that'd be incredible. The good job would be the perfect thing to send back to me.
Doesn't it then complete the 6 in a row or whatever it is?
Completes the loop. No, I've done other stuff since then.
Ah, ruined it.
Yeah, I ruined everything. Just gonna send Murder that screenshot, see if you can figure it out. Where am I? Obs.
Did your school have a school bike?
Good to hear, boss god. Did you? No, like the person who sleeps with anything with a pulse. Oh yeah, we have that all the time.
We had
I didn't follow up though.
Quite interesting. We had a bunch. I think there was 2 girls and a guy made a porn film when they were at school and then sent it to everyone.
Nice.
Yeah, apart from the guy was, I think he was 17 and the 2 girls were 15.
Less nice.
Yeah, and they sent it to everyone.
No,
so funny enough, it got to the parents and then ended up with the police.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was well weird.
Encoding overloaded. I'm playing fucking RuneScape. I mean, encoding overloaded.